Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome back to another random match here on WWE 2K16. Today we've got set for you the Wolves taking on the team of Gallows, should I say, and Karl Anderson. This one has been suggested by Jay Freeman, so thank you very much for that, Jay. And I do have a big list from you, so I will be working through them all over the next few weeks as well, along with everyone else's as well. Of course, if anyone else has any match suggestions, then please let me know in the comment section below, and I will get them added to the list and get them all recorded for you. It's going to be quite an interesting one, this one. Of course, the Wolves are right at the top of the TNA tag team division. And, of course, Gallows and Anderson, after making their WWE debuts recently, I would imagine they're going to be very much at the top of the tag team division in WWE soon. They don't seem to have got involved at the moment. They seem to be firmly involved, obviously, in the AJ Styles, Roman Reigns sort of clash. But at the moment, they're not really being overly involved in the tag team division, apart from taking out the Usos, which I just thought meant they were gonna destroy the tag team sort of competition. But it was nice the fact that it did actually mix up with the AJ Styles Roman Reigns clash, which was good to see. And I think eventually Gallows and Anderson and AJ Styles will all align, and we will have that faction that we all so desire. And who knows, maybe Finn Balor could join them. This has been quite a long loading screen, hasn't it? I'm going to stop talking now, and I'm going to cut the rest of it out. And here we are. We are back. And I've used a different Ring of Honor arena than the one I used to have. This is a more older version, shall I say. And it's I quite like it, actually. I quite like it. So I know the logos don't really match up with the loading screen and this one, but I really like this arena. So we're going to give this one a go for a bit. Of course, both these teams have wrestled in Ring of Honor quite a few times. Of course, American Wolves were a team in Ring of Honor for a very, very long time. And Gallows and Anderson have done quite a lot with New Japan when they've mixed in for joint shows with Ring of Honor. And I think these American Wolves cores are fantastic. I think these are Lil Dicky ones again. Really good core creator on the PS4. And as this Gallows and Anderson's actually very good as well. I think the Anderson's better than the Gallows. But still, it's two really, really good teams. I'm looking forward to see how they get on in the ring. Of course, also, if you do watch the Universe mode, you will know that Gallows and Anderson are looking to try and get those tag team championships back over on SmackDown. They lost the championship match to the Wyatt families, Eric Rowan and Braun Strowman, in the very first episode, and they'll be hoping to get back in that title picture. I think these two teams in the ring are both going to be real ones to look for in the future in our Universe mode. Of course, we saw the Wolves make their debut this week on Nitro. If you've not seen that, then check that out. There will be a link in the description, I believe, to the playlist for the Universe mode. All four brands will be in there. The Wolves have recently joined our Nitro brand just to try and bolster up the tag team division, because the tag team division in our Nitro brand wasn't very strong. And now we've gained 4 new tag teams in Kaz and Daniels, the Young Bucks, the American Wolves and Red Dragon. So 4 fantastic tag teams to join our Nitro roster. And there's a DDT there by Doc Gallows, and I think the power of Doc Gallows is really going to be the deciding factor in this one. But you've got the Strikes, and the Wolves are a tag team that have wrestled together for a very, very long time, close to a decade now. They know each other so well and know each other's strengths and weaknesses and what each other are thinking as well, and that can really be helpful. It's not really helping him at the moment, though, as Karl Anderson in control of this one. Gets on the back of Davey Richards, and there's the clubbing blow across the back of Karl Anderson. And it's a shame that that Richards and Eddie Edwards didn't join WWE. I don't know if they ever got the opportunity. I know they did one match that was televised for NXT. A lot of people regarded that as their tryout match, but obviously they joined TNA pretty soon after that, which is great for TNA. It was a fantastic signing for them. How long TNA is going to last is a different story at the moment, because I've been defending them for so long. I still watch TNA, I watch it every week, but I must admit now I'm watching a 2-hour episode of TNA, and it's taken me, I don't know, it's taken me somewhere close to 20 minutes to skip through it all, because it's not as good as it used to be. It really isn't, and they're really lacking for talent and direction. So I'm hoping they do fix that problem. And I do wonder, because obviously they've lost a lot of people. AJ Styles went to New Japan, Samoa Joe went to WWE, James Storm almost went to WWE but finally managed to they managed to lock him back in. But now Bobby Roode looks like he's going to be going. Eric Young has gone to NXT. Austin Aries has gone to NXT as well. And you're sort of looking at it thinking, it's dangerous for them. I think WWE may be looking to take back Drew McIntyre at some point, or Drew Galloway. I'm sure they'll be looking to do that, and maybe even Ethan Carter III, or Derek Bateman, if you will, with how well he's done over the last couple of years in creating this new character down in TNA. I think WWE might actually be looking at him as well to try and bring him back in. So TNA, it's so difficult to see just how long they're going to go in the future. I think if they can get someone big in to invest money, then that would be great for them. But at the moment, I just think they're slowly slipping away into obscurity, and I don't think that's a good thing either. I think that it's good for the WWE to have competition, because without competition, they just get a bit too complacent, and the shows are not as good as they possibly could be. So that's that'd be a little bit disappointing. But then again, I would love to see the Wolves go to WWE. I think they would be a fantastic tag team, but they're also really good singles competitors as well, and I'm hoping that TNA give them the opportunity to do so. I know with Davey Richards' recent injury, Eddie Edwards has had an opportunity at the X Division Championship and stuff like that, and it's been good to see him going singles-wise, but I'd like to see them both get more of an opportunity as well. I see these two guys very much like James Storm and Bobby Roode. They really found their fame as a tag team. Storm and Roode were obviously good singles competitors before the tag team, but that's what really hoisted them up to the main event picture. And I'm hoping that'll be the same for Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards. I think they've both got the potential to possibly go for that TNA World Heavyweight Championship. And it's just amazing to think, if you, I know I've said this a few times now, but if you sit back, if you had a chance to talk to yourself 2 years ago, and you told yourself that in 2 years WWE would have AJ Styles going for the championship at Payback, and you'd have Samoa Joe as the NXT champion, you'd have Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura, Austin Aries, Eric Young, Gallows and Anderson. If you told yourself that all those people would be at WWE, you would not believe it at all. 2 years, these last 2 years has really just developed the WWE roster so much, and I'm excited to see what the future holds. If you think to WrestleMania in a couple of years' time, just think of what sort of matches you could have. Oh, it's going to be incredible. If they continue to allow Cesaro to move on, which it looks like they are, they're giving him the opportunities now. They can't refuse the fans anymore. If they do that, of course, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are taking their main roster by storm. Even Baron Corbin's done pretty well since he came in as well. He's looked very, very good since he came onto the main roster. So I'm really happy, and I think in a few years' time, WrestleManias are just going to get better and better. As Gallows went for the pin there on Davey Richards. At the moment, the WWE tag team of Gallows and Anderson are in control of this one. Now, I wasn't sure what to call them. In the past, I've called them Bulletproof. That's what they're called in our universe mode. Because that was the rumour that was going to happen. These two guys were going to come in alongside Finn Balor and take over the main roster as Bulletproof. It doesn't seem to have happened that way at the moment. I'm considering in our universe mode aligning Bulletproof, of course, Finn Balor, Doc Gallows and Karl Anderson up with AJ Styles and creating a pretty strong team of 4. That would be pretty damn good, I think. And it would definitely help AJ Styles move forward as well. I'm sure AJ will be looking to try and get himself a championship shot on SmackDown. He is, of course, the current Intercontinental Champion, so maybe we can have a look at doing something at Extreme Rules. Of course, it's going to be AJ Styles taking on Bray Wyatt for that Intercontinental Championship this weekend at Extreme Rules, so keep an eye out for that. It's going to be a cracking match, that is. As Gallows has Davey Richards up on his shoulder, powers him into the corner, then slams him down, and now makes the tag into his partner here, Karl Anderson. He was really... See, Gallows has been in WWE before. He knew sort of what to expect, although he's being treated a lot better this time than he was last time. He knows what to expect. Anderson has just taken like a duck to water in WWE. He knows exactly... Well, I suppose he would do, wouldn't he? Because he's worked in front of humongous Japanese audiences. He knows how to get the fans' reactions, but of course it's very, very different in WWE than it is in Japan. Japan is a completely different crowd type. As there's Anderson with that running knee. Gonna go in for the pin. This could be enough here. 1, 2. Oh, Gallows had taken Eddie Edwards out of it, but Davey Richards had enough to kick out. Backstabber there by Richards, and Gallows sending Edwards to the outside, and now all of a sudden Davey Richards is in control of this match. And now Davey Richards taking Karl Anderson up. He's got him up. Underhook power driver. Took a little bit too long to get into the pin, but it might still be enough too. Oh, and Gallows was there quickly enough. Eddie Edwards just couldn't get there to block him off. And of course, like I said, keep an eye out on our Nitro roster. Edwards and Richards debuted on Monday as part of this new tag team #1 contendership tournament over on Nitro. The winners of that tournament are going to get a match for the championships against Blake and Murphy. Anderson with a backdrop. Oh no, Anderson is lining. He's lining him up. We know Anderson likes to utilize the Ace Crusher as a finisher. And there it is, the Ace Crusher. And the pin. 1, 2. Oh, and Gallows just a split second too slow of blocking off Eddie Edwards. And this match still continues. There goes Davey Richards to the outside. Sorry, there goes Eddie Edwards to the outside. Davey Richards still being worked over in the corner by Karl Anderson. Anderson now bringing Richards up into the top rope and the Tree of Woe. Not a situation you want to be in if you are Davey Richards. Karl Anderson just taunting the crowd now. The crowd are not reacting to it as he would hope. And Karl Anderson just picking apart Davey Richards. In comes Doc Gallows. Just a boot to the back of the head of Davey Richards, and all of a sudden the team of Gallows and Anderson in firm control of this match. I don't know if there's any way back for the American Wolves in this one yet. Gallows takes Davey Richards up into the Gutbuster. Going for the pin. 1, 2. And there we go. It's Gallows and Anderson that do pick up the victory. Anderson doing a great job in blocking off Eddie Edwards, and Gallows getting the pin after that huge Gutbuster on Davey Richards. And it's Team WWE the victors over Team TNA here. I think this could have gone either way though. I think both these teams are very strong. However, of course, Gallows and Anderson were the strongest here tonight by quite some distance as well. They really dominated this, and this is a great camera angle for the running knee strike by Karl Anderson. There he is, running knee strike. It was almost enough to pick up the 3 count. Gallows did a great job of getting across and taking Edwards out, but it just was not enough to keep Davey Richards down. And this is the underhook power drive, which you can't see because Doc Gallows is in the way. I think Davey Richards just took a little bit too long there to go for the pin. He was walking around a little bit, and of course it gave Doc Gallows enough time to get in and break it up as well. But here you see Gallows just bringing Richards back up to his feet, up onto the shoulders, and then dropped on his knee for that gut bust. And it was just a bit too much. Doc Gallows had just finished him off. Davey Richards taken so much damage in this match. And there we go. Team WWE, Doc Gallows and Karl Anderson defeats the TNA guys, Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards, in what was a pretty good match as well, actually. Tag team matches are not generally fantastic on this game, but I quite enjoyed this one. I really did. So, thank you very much once again to Jay for suggesting this one. It's a really good match. I do have quite a few more of yours on the list. They're going to take me a while to set up because I need to download a lot of guys and set up all the entrances and that sort of stuff. But yeah, cheers for that. And of course, if anyone else has any suggestions for random matches, please let me know in the comment section below, and I will get them all recorded for you. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon for another one.